Must be nice to trace. Huh. So I'm not really mad about this comment. This makes sense. I understand where you're coming from, and it takes a lot for me to get mad. I'm not mad. If anything, I see where you're coming from. You see a 9-second video of my punk ass color filling in something that looks like a coloring book, a blank coloring book of beefy men, and you're like, this mother is tracing. And I see how you see that. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. There are a few reasons why I don't like to show my drawing process. One of the main reasons, maybe number one reason, is it's very tedious and stressful. It's personally not my favorite part of the art process. If anything makes me want to throw my sketchbook or throw my iPad, it is that. And so I don't really like putting it out there. Um, Another reason is I never plan or want to be a tutorial channel. There's tons of different types of artist channels, and tutorial is not one that I want to be. Um, if that's your bag, get that bag, babe. Get the bag, Birkin bag. Um, but it's not for me. The way I make my I don't get any money off of views or anything. I can barely crack 1,000 video views. The most I've made on TikTok is probably like 50 cents or something. So that's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on commission work, gallery sales, and selling prints. Those three. And shaking my ass. The analogy that I like to use is I own a cake shop. I'm selling you cakes. I'm not selling you the recipe. You can watch me make the cakes, but I think that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you. So I'm never going to have a full on tutorial thing unless I'm bored and want to, but I don't plan on it. And I currently do not want to. So I won't. I love art in general, but drawing is the most difficult. So I'm probably never gonna go live. I did go live on my backup channel, but I turned off the comments and I just focused on my drawing. I have to be like super in the zone. I read Britney Spears' book. It was pretty good. It was the audiobook. I can't read. I work on multiple drawings at a time. And so when I finish one, I can do the whole, I can start painting it, online rendering, whatever you want to call it. I also have a lot of art that never gets completed. It's gone, you know? Because the drawings turn out like the hills have eyes, which is an aesthetic. I do love horror art, but it went a little too freaky deaky. So it's that being said, I downloaded the recording of my early art process, the rough sketch, the not as rough sketch, and the line work. I'm going to do a talk through of what the hell I'm doing. And don't get mad at me when I just show the line art and drop in the colors. I know maybe I should stop doing that. I need to stop pissing off children, you know? But it's funny. Starting with the red pencil, this is where you can be funky and rough and just punch it out there. It's going to look a little crazy. You can be very wiggly and unsure of your lines. I don't have to do too much. I get the general idea. This isn't a complicated portrait. The hand is kind of hard, but we did it, whatever. The peg is a little higher because the arm is up, so it's meant to be slightly lopsided because his arm is up. That makes sense. So this is the base in red, and then we do somewhat of a Loomis, but Loomis is also something that you can kind of wing. Basically just winging the whole thing, babe. That line is where the eyebrow goes. I should have done a separate layer, but I messed up. This will mess me up later on, but we're just rolling with it. Those eyes do not look even, but that is fine. We are in the rough red pencil section. We're mainly focusing on where things will go. Look at that dome. A mustache, of course, and then the ears. Let's put those babies lower. Okay, and the hair. Just plop it on his head. The HD lace. Remy. Okay, so the blue pencil, this is where you want to have, it's still a little messy, but you try your hardest to have one consistent line instead of, you know what I mean? One consistent line, a clear, consistent line, and you'll get a clearer picture of how it's going to turn out. And now the face. This turns out to be interesting. I always do massive eyebrows. Even if I do a commission, if you don't have big eyebrows, I'm going to give you big eyebrows. The nose, the lips, we ended up making them bigger. The mustache and eyeballs. Still looking a little lopsided. I should have flipped my canvas 20 times before this, but I didn't. But I will soon, and I'm gasping. His face is lopsided. Mama. Oh, I forgot the necklines. Flipped it, gasped. He looks wild. So we do a little Facetune, little influencer moment. So it looks a little more parallel. That'll do, pig. And now we do the line art. Just lightly go over the blue now that we decided where everything is going. And so technically I am tracing, right? Just tracing and tracing and tracing. Getting all the little things. I need to learn names of body parts. I just know like arm, pepperoni, bazungas, neck. And the hand I feel is rather small, so I might have to make that bigger. But I'll just do that later. That jawline, that Lego, he has a very square head, very Lego. And then, what am I doing? Just thinking. Oh, I forgot the whole face. So then we go over the face, the mustache, of course, cleft chin. I'm just tracing the same thing. Oh, here's where I mess up on the eye. I should have turned on the red layer for this, but I didn't, so I just fail tons of times and then eventually give in and hopefully Facetune that to the best of my abilities. But we can fix the eyes later as well. People don't have perfectly parallel eyes or symmetrical. The eyebrows and the hair. For some reason, I'd like to do a thinner line where the skin meets the scalp on the forehead. It just looks better. I end up not liking this hair, I believe, and so I erase it and start over. The nose, the schnoz. That's what they call noses, right? Schnoz. I love men with big noses and big ears. That is a forehead. But it's okay. I have a big forehead. He has a big forehead. This is where I redo the hair. Try to make it look a little more decent. It's not good, but it's better than it was. Me trying to make the eyes more Symmetrical didn't work, but that is it. And this is where I drop the colors in.